find that as you allow yourself to be yourself and just do it, the more you do it, the more confidence you'll gain, and you will get the fruit of that story exchange. And that's the other thing. That's the other piece. Like, your audience, whoever it is, or the person you're having the conversation with, think about what you have to offer them, but think about what they have to offer you too. Because if you are missing out on those relationships, if you're missing out on that story exchange, you are missing out on the opportunity to get all of the great, wonderful, beautiful things that come from sharing your story. Welcome to the Storycraft Podcast for storytellers. I'm your host, Meg Adams, and I'm here to help you explore how stories shape our connections. Wondering how stories help you network in advance? Looking to bridge online and face-to-face worlds, foster understanding, and ignite innovation? Look no further. Whether you're a leader, communicator, educator, or just love a good story, join us for actionable insights and real talk with professional storytellers, all aimed at helping you build stronger, better connections. So I want to qualify this episode about getting over yourself with a caveat. That is, I know that this is hard, and by no means do I want to flippantly come off like, get over yourself. But if you are friends with me in real life, you know that I will tell you this. I expect the people in my life do not let me give them excuses. So I won't take them from you either. But I want to say that I know that it is very difficult to share your story. And the caveat here too is, like, being vulnerable is not something that you should ever be flippant about. And who you share your story with, the boundaries that you create around your story, and who your audience is in that moment really, really matter. Those are things that we have talked about in other episodes, so please look those up. But if you want us to share more, let us know too. But for this episode, I'm just going to concentrate on some of the things that I hear from friends and clients and people around me that I think are big deterrents to them getting their stories out there, but also building relationships, building trust, building business, building impact, building cultures in their organizations. And it all stems from a fear. And I'm going to talk about a specific fear today. And that fear is how they look. And so I have heard, I know this affects men, but I hear this from women all the time. I could never get on stage. I could never get in front of a camera. I could never go to that event. And it revolves around how they look, which I understand, because so also want to say that I'm the same way. I put more makeup on than I would normally wear. I did brush my hair. It is freshly washed. So I did pick out one of my nice new outfits to get on camera and talk to you today. Love what you're hearing on this podcast? Consider booking me to speak at your next event. Dive further into the transformative power of storytelling with my keynote, Tell Better Stories, Speak Up, Stand Out, and Build Community. In a world that often amplifies our differences, my talk invites you to embrace genuine connections. Break free from the echo chambers and discover the art of storytelling. Learn how to share your own narrative, listen actively, and foster communities that flourish on shared experiences. Check out the show notes to learn more about how to book a talk for your next event. But I have heard women, depending on their age, so this is I'm just gonna tell you some of the things that I hear. I have too many wrinkles. My gray hairs are bothering me. I have to go get my hair done. I have to lose 10 pounds. I don't know how people would look at me. I cringe when I look at myself. I don't like taking pictures. I'm gonna be the one taking pictures. Ew, I hate how I look. Let me put a filter on it. This makes me sad, and it makes me angry at the same time because, and again, just a generalization here, I have very rarely, and maybe it's just because I don't speak to a lot of men, but I very rarely hear men upset about their appearance. Or maybe not, maybe that's not the right way to put it. Maybe it's I don't hear as many men let appearance be a deterrent to them speaking. Now, Kyle, who will also be recording episodes, he's behind the camera right now. He was very upset that he could not find a hairbrush. He's laughing because it's true. He couldn't find a hairbrush. So he does care very much about how his hair looks. So again, I know this hits all of us, but I really want you to, if that is you, and I'm saying this because that was me, if you are the person who has knows that you have to tell a story, but you're letting some aspect of appearances hold you back from that, I want you to dig deeper into that. And I want you to think about the person that needs to hear your story. I want you to dig back into why you felt the need to tell it in the first place. So I'm here talking to you, even though I think the older I get, the less I care about appearances, but I'm here talking to you today and taking the time to record this because I believe in this. I believe that as more of us get the confidence to share our stories and they get the tools, as you get the tools to share your story so that you can be more effective, you can be more confident, you can be more comfortable, you can be your genuine self when you are talking to an audience, talking to a client, talking to a potential client, talking to, your employees, right? As who you are. When you can genuinely get to the heart of an issue and you can stand up there with confidence in everything, and that means in how you look, then we will all be better. Our organizations will be stronger, our relationships will be stronger, our communities will be better. But if we just sit around and make excuses for not speaking up, for not being confident, for not taking that step, and if that excuse is based on appearances, one, just go take care of whatever it is that is making you feel, this is what I would do, right? If this is just me, again, my opinion, I always tell students this, it's just my opinion, so take it or leave it. Do something that's gonna make you feel confident. I had a lavender honey latte right before I got on to film this because I know it just gives me like that extra pep in my step. Like I said, I also washed my hair, that makes me feel good, makes me feel confident. Kyle had to comb his hair just so that he can feel confident about being in front of the camera. Try your best to think about who you're talking to. Again, who is the person that will be serviced by your story today? You have to make that more important than you, whatever that fear is. But especially if it's about appearance, I know that as women especially, that is how we judge each other. So stop trying to do that in your daily life as well. Let's try to judge each other on the quality of our conversations and what we have to offer each other, right? Not on how we look. I hope that I know this is like tricky to talk about, but I keep hearing it. And so I would say if you need to go dye your hair, you need to go get your hair done, like just go do that. Don't let that hold you back, right? Maybe buy yourself a new blouse or smile a little more or practice, think about what you're gonna say, but don't let that be the thing. Because I think you will find that as you allow yourself to be yourself and just do it, the more you do it, the more confidence you'll gain, and you will get the fruit of that story exchange. And that's the other thing. That's the other piece. Like your audience, whoever it is, or the person you're having the conversation with, think about what you have to offer them, but think about what they have to offer you too. Because if you are missing out on those relationships, if you're missing out on that story exchange, you are missing out on the opportunity to get all of the great, wonderful, beautiful things that come from sharing your story. And when you think about that, then think about, oh man, that is really way more important than somebody judging me for my wrinkles, right? So I hope that helps you today. I know I kind of glossed over a lot of stuff, but I did want to talk about that because I just hear it so much and I have a heart for it. And I get it because like I said, I'm not in my sweats today. So I know what it means to want to present yourself in a certain way. And I hope that listening to this podcast has helped get you one step closer to that confidence, whatever that looks like for you. And if you do, again, as always, please reach out to me. This is something else that I want to learn more about. So I'm just sharing things that I hear with you and sharing my experience, my stories with you as I go through them. So I hope that helps. And again, please reach out. Love to talk about this subject with you privately as well. Thanks. We're so glad you've listened to this podcast episode. If you liked it, would you mind doing us a favor? Share this episode with someone who would be interested in the topic too. We're on a mission to help everyone become a better storyteller. And don't forget to subscribe to the show to get updated every time we release a new episode. Each and every episode is produced, hosted, and edited by us, Meg and Kyle Adams at Home Place Creative. Happy storytelling!